It's a terrible football show. What do you expect?
I want whatever you guys are smoking right now.
OH!
Oh, baby, yeah!
Just in my brain, it just makes so much sense.
You have no quarterback. You're going to need some punters.
Welcome to a terrible football show!
That's my quarterback and my teammate, man.
Ruins my holiday every damn year.
They draft Xavier Worthy. What the? Wide receiver from Texas.
Hamster.
Bears pick is in.
What?
Bears pick is in.
No! Jerry Jones, what are you doing? Oh, man.
If it's Toledo, I'm drawing the best damn rocket there is out there.
Excuse me. I don't even think that's PG.
I told my HR director about this show. He's going to listen to it.
We're getting sued again, boys. This show's so bad, we almost got sued once, so we might get almost sued again.
Listen, guys, this is a terrible football show where everybody may be good at nothing, but we are terrible at everything.
Yeah, he's successful at just giving his terrible opinions, so why can't I? Terrible football show, after all. Welcome to a terrible football show, episode 132. I'm Alex Live with Sparky 3. Hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever day you are listening or watching this show. I got the boys here. I got one boy in studio, a couple boys over Discord. Let's go around the room. Tyler, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty dandy.
All right, I love to hear it, brother. Ricky, how you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. Not too
Hey,
bad.
shout out to
man.
Ricky. Great
Had a
hosting
fine
last week.
club.
Hey, great hosting last week. Excellent job. Crushed it.
I appreciate that. I'll do it again soon. I'm glad I'm not hosting this week because, man, that's tiring.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir, brother. Dude, there was a time I was doing like 4 shows a week, man. I feel you. and then we have our very own Ohio certain word that I won't say right here at the beginning of the show. We have Jacob. Buddy, how you doing?
Looking like I'm straight out of Miami Vice right now with this shirt on.
Yo,
I'm doing
facts.
fantastic.
Facts. Oh, man. All right. We got a lot to talk about here today, but as per normal, let's start off the show with a question. So here's a question for you guys. I just said I didn't have one planned. It was probably going to be food related. Not food related, actually. So in celebration for Tyler just coming back from vacation, shout out, and in celebration of I'm about to go on vacation here soon, here's my question for you boys. Let's go around the room. What is your dream vacation spot? I want to know. Tyler, let's start with you. What is your absolute, like anywhere you could go in the world? Does not matter. Let's say everything's paid for. I'm trying to draw this out so you have a chance to think.
Oh, I already got a lot.
Okay, where are we going?
I'm going to the French Open for tennis.
You know what? Love it. You know,
It's in France.
Yeah, big tennis guy. I love it. I'm here for it. Ricky, what about you? Dream vacation. Where would you go?
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. There's so many of them, but I think one that's on the top of my list, which ironically, there are teachers at school who are getting this together for students to do this trip. It's Athens in Greece. I would love to go to Greece.
Ooh.
I'm a big Greek mythology. I love Greek mythology. I was a big Hercules fan growing up. Greece.
Okay, Jacob, what about you?
Scottish Highlands.
Oh, the Scottish Islands. There we go. Okay,
yeah.
that's a good one. Man, mine's the most basic one here, guys. I just want to go to Japan so bad. It hurts. It hurts. Me and Christina both, we want to go so bad. We're just mega nerds of everything in that culture. You know, like, you know, we're trying to learn how to speak the language, or she's starting. I haven't started yet. But yeah, definitely Japan. That one is the dream. That one's the dream. And I definitely, I'll tell you up front, let me add a little extra asterisk there. 100% not going to do like some basic stuff where it's just like some, not all. I'm not going to say a majority do this because there is actually a large portion of people that will go vacation over there and make sure to explore the entire country, you know? But there's also that portion that will do like just go to Tokyo and call it a day. You know what I mean? Which is fair. Yeah, absolutely will not do that. It will be a planned trip of like X amount of days in Tokyo and then kind of going over from there, hitting different spots around the country. So that one is definitely the big dream. But we'll see if we get there. In the meantime, going to Orlando. Can't wait. It's going to be a great time. Just like this show is going to hopefully be a great time here today because we got a lot of stuff on the docket, like talking about going into NFL Week 3, which team is in the worst position and already on the edge of their season derailing, because there's a lot that you could throw in there for a lot of different reasons. We've got who has been the most impactful transfer in college football so far. What is your favorite team's biggest what if? Boy, I love what ifs. I used to love NFL. If you guys ever watch that from NFL.com, legendary skits. Absolutely loved those videos. And then also, what college football team needs to make a change the most. We're going to dive into all that here today. But if you could like, comment, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. We'll make sure to shout out some merch as well as some Rogue Energy later on the show. Join the Discord if you want to come chat with us. We might chat with you, or we might tell you to get out. No, not really. We're going to chat with you. Come in and join. And then you can also join where you can see the ATFS Real Top 25 because the AP is irrelevant and no longer matters. Isn't that right, Jacob?
Exactly.
It is a very professional and very well done top 25 with 0 mistakes, and you need to come. It is the ATFS Real Top 25 right now in the Discord.
Go Ole Miss.
Go Ole Miss. That's right. Here we go, boys. Let's jump into it. All right, boys. First topic. Let's kick things off with the NFL this week. Let me get my timer going. We are still going to be keeping the timer stuff going. You know, let's keep the show at a good pace. All right, going into NFL Week 3, boys. Here we go. Which teams would you say is in the worst position? And they like, dude, we're 2 games in, entering Game 3. Who is already on the edge of like having their entire season derailed? Because like, I get it's a long season. I get you can have a losing record and make the playoffs, but dude, like in most seasons, man, you can look here at this week and you can quickly see teams that's like they're just not figuring it out, and they may not figure it out, and their season's already getting derailed. Jacob, let's start off with you. Who is the first team that comes to mind for you of their season and potentially about to get completely derailed? They're in the worst possible position for one reason or another, whether if it's injuries, coaching, whatever. Who is the first team that comes to mind for you?
It's going to be the Houston Texans.
Ooh, okay. I like that answer.
Mainly because they can't seem to finish games. They've kept both games close, but they just cannot seem to finish them out. Whether it's lack of coaching ability, lack of an offensive line with CJ Stroud running around like his life is on the line, or a lack of a running game, which didn't kick up until the very end of the game versus Tampa Bay. If the Texans, I mean, they got a couple. They go at Jacksonville next, then they're home against Tennessee, but then they got a little bit of a gauntlet at Baltimore, at Seattle, home against San Fran, and then home against Denver. So I mean, it's going to be a true test for them to see if they can at least come out with at least 2 to 3 wins from that. But I'm not looking forward to how this Texans team is playing out.
And, to piggyback off you, there's actually there's one other ripple to your argument that needs to be really considered when you look at their season so close to being derailed, and that is the surprise of the Indianapolis Colts firing on all cylinders in an overall pretty weak division. Right? Like that was how the division looked coming in, is that it seemed like a pretty weak division. I'm saying that as a pseudo Jags fan here, which the Jags are just the Jags, So it's like, when you have the Colts firing all cylinders, man, that really puts the Texans in a bad spot if they can't figure it out and close out these games. If they're still in their sophomore slump they were in last year, it could be a big problem for the Texans going forward. Ricky, what about you?
So the obvious is Kansas City. I mean, that's the obvious. Let's scratch out the obvious. Let's get out of the way with the obvious. I'm picking a 2-0 team, gentlemen. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's the Cincinnati Bengals, and I hate to say that because the simple fact is they're 2-0, but now Joe Burrow's out for 3 months. That sucks because they need him if they're going to win the division. They need him if they're going to get the playoffs, and especially if they're going to make any kind of miracle run like they did a few years ago when they made that miracle run for the Super Bowl. They actually need Joe Burrow to be healthy. In the last couple of seasons, he has just not been available just because of his health. He is just injury prone right now, and we call that for several reasons. Yes, the offensive line needs to beef up. Yes, the defense is doing okay. Yes, you could pinpoint whatever that you want to, but they have to have him on the field. And now their season's going to get derailed now because he's out.
That is a good point. Just 5 hours ago, we got the news announcement that that he's going to have that toe surgery and be out for 3 months. And man, that's brutal. I feel like if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, I mean, it's just like the simple question: do you trust in Jake Browning, or maybe do you go out and get maybe a QB3 who's ready to come in and help break every single NFL record that exists with Jameis Winston and Jamar Chase pairing? Jacob, you're quite adamant this is not the right answer. Why is that?
No, it's not the right answer because, well, first of all, the 3-month timeline, it's not necessarily a given. With this specific surgery, he could be back in a month and a half. if his body heals correctly in the right way. But
All
a month
TBD.
and a half to 3 months is the range.
So
Also, Jake Browning did pretty well against Jacksonville. I understand he had 3 interceptions, but that was his first time playing in an actual NFL game outside preseason in a while. And if you look at the teams that they play while they're out versus the teams that they'll play by the time Burrow comes back, it's okay if they lose the 4 to 6 games from here on out, as long as they win out. They'll still make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They will still make the playoffs. I do not think they lose against Minnesota. I do not think they lose against Denver. I do think they'll lose against Detroit and Green Bay, but I still think they make the playoffs this year.
So here's where I'll disagree with you, my friend. If he does come back on time, they still have to go on the road to Pitt, regardless of how Pitt is. That's a tough road game. They go to Baltimore. They go to Buffalo. They play at home against Baltimore. They have to at least split that game. Miami, anybody can beat Miami at this point. Arizona's a decent team, and then of course Cleveland's crappy. So the thing about it is, if they lose 4 of the 6 games that he's out in, let's just say a minimum month and a half. If they had a bye week in between there, yeah, I could probably see that. But even if they lose 4 games while he's out, that's still very, very tough to recover. They're not going to win out even when he does come back. That's a very tough schedule just for him to come back on.
I mean, that is a pretty tough schedule. You know, I think they can definitely get some dubs going, especially if Joe Burrow keeps just being Joe Burrow. You know, Tyler, what about you? Who are some teams that are about to get derailed? I mean, you're setting pretty over there with the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen being an absolute dog this weekend. That is a football player. You know, we've only heard 3 AFC teams so far. Do you maybe have an NFC team to throw into the mix, or are you kind of feeling that it might be another AFC team?
I took the Ricky approach, and my team is a 2-0 team.
Okay.
But not for the reason that Ricky said. My team is the Colts, because they're about to get sucked into the Danny Dimes. When they were expecting to draft a quarterback this year, now they're going to be like, dang, man, now we got to pay him $40 million because he's out here primetime Danny Dimes mode.
He's about to be the biggest highway robber since Sam Bradford, isn't he?
Hey, I mean, it makes my Colts to the playoffs look very smart right now.
It does.
And that is insane
really
to look
does.
at.
It really does.
That is insane to think about. But I also picked the Panthers. Dude,
Man, I had such high hopes. I had high hopes that they're 8-9 record, and now it's just like
They
I
are.
feel like we'll be lucky to get to 5.
yeah, they're
Bryce
atrocious.
is looking better though.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at this. Yeah, no, they're about to get destroyed. Dolphins are trash though, so they might get a win there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, for me, it's tough not to say the obvious answer of the Miami Dolphins, because, I mean, when you're week 2 and you already have a players-only meeting, it's kind of like J.J. Watt said. It's like, dude, when that happens, go ahead and just plan your vacation. Go ahead and get ready for February. Go ahead and get ready for January. Book your tickets, book your hotels, because your season's probably done. You know, and, you know, I understand it's the Dolphins, and with how they've played up to this point, like in a couple seasons prior, it's like expectations weren't extremely high from the outside. But if you look at the roster is a talented roster, right? So it's like sooner or later you hope they're going to figure it out, and they're not. You know, so that one is obviously very concerning. My answer was also going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, though. Just because I think the Joe Burrow injury is going to kind of mess them up a little bit. But again, if the injury timeline works out and he comes back a little bit sooner, then, hey, you know, hopefully the Bengals can cook, right? Because they got a lot of talent. But, man, just it's tough not to see the similarities between Cincinnati and Indianapolis right now. You know, Cincinnati has an absolute dog of a quarterback, and man, I guess Cincinnati looked over at Indy, who's not that far away from them, and be like, wow, man, I just love the way they handled Andrew Luck. We want to do the same thing. We want to drive Joe Burrow out of the NFL before he hits year 10. That's what we want right now. We don't want Joe Burrow in the NFL. No one else can have him except us, a retirement. And they just want to choose retirement because the Cincinnati Bengals is a shitly run organization. Sorry, Jacob. It's facts. They're not the worst. They're top 5.
I was about to say they're not the worst.
No, they're not the worst. I mean, both my teams can be classified higher than them. All right, I'll go ahead and I'm man enough to say that.
One significantly higher than the other.
Yeah, I'm man enough to say that, and I can also say, I mean, Jacob, brother, You know, I don't understand how you and I aren't just like the best of football friends on the face of this earth. I mean, I know we are, but you know what I mean? Because like both our number 1 and number 2 teams, they are the exact same position. They're both horribly run. You got the Cowboys and the Bengals, both horribly run organizations. I got the Bears and the Jags, both horrible. Like we should just be, filling each other out in more ways than one every single day about this. It's anyway. All right, let's move on.
That's a Patreon right there.
That is a Patreon video there, boys.
Hang on. I want to correct you on something, Alex. When it comes to the Dallas Cowboy organization, they're ran horribly because of the roster moves. But they're the most valuable team in football. Let's remember.
Ricky, they're one of the worst run teams in the NFL. Be quiet. Let's move on.
They're the most valuable team in the NFL.
Yeah, how long has it been since they've been to the NFC Championship, buddy?
Alex is
They're
right.
the most. They're
20 plus
valuable
9,
team in
Ricky.
the league.
What does that equal, buddy?
Hey, ask anybody. The most valuable team in
Hey,
the NFL.
hey, guess what?
I'm not
The Bears
saying
have been to
based
2
on the
NFC
roster.
championships and a Super Bowl since the Cowboys last been to an NFC championship, and the
don't
Bears are a
care.
dumpster fire.
They're the most valuable team.
And they're a horribly run organization. Why is this an argument?
Because they're the most valuable team in the NFL.
And they're a
Period.
horribly run organization.
They are, but they're still the most
Okay,
valuable
well,
team.
point proven.
I'm saying.
They're a horribly run organization.
I hate when mom and dad fight.
Dumpster fire. That's the Dallas Cowboys. That's for sure.
Oh, Lord. Y'all need to learn your economics.
Dumpster fire organization.
Time to cuddle on the couch.
Time to cuddle on the couch. Man, we got the casting couch in here. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Let's hit the next one. Topic 2, boys. Who has been the most impactful transfer this season in college football, right? It's been interesting to see how some of these transfers have been. It's also been interesting to see going into the season all the quarterbacks, for example, that was talked to the moon and talked. And this is also referencing non-transfers. Talked to the moon, and we just seeing how some are playing out. It's been a really weird football season so far. We're only 2 and 3 weeks in. It's kind of crazy, but I'm just kind of curious you guys' take on this. What is the most impactful transfer so far this season? Any position, Ricky? Let's start with you.
I'm going to go with the obvious and say Carson Beck. And I know that's probably not a popular answer because it's Carson Beck. But gentlemen, let's be honest. He's got the 4th highest rating QBR currently in college football, as well as he's on a very good winning team with Miami. And their offense actually looks very, very good with him versus than what they did without him. And I know that Alex is waiting for that time where Miami just starts to derail. Guys, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Miami is one of the top 5 teams in the college football right now. I mean, they look really, really good with him. And I know there's a bunch of others right now that you guys can mention when it comes to impact transfer players or whatever it is. But I think him leading the offense, regardless of how y'all feel about him, there's a reason why they're paying him a buku of money. And y'all are starting to see exactly why they're paying him a lot of money.
I still don't like Carson Beck, but I do agree with you. They're firing on all cylinders.
I'm just saying.
It makes me mad, but I agree with you. All right, Tyler, what about you? Who is the most impactful transfer? And I swear to God, buddy, if you steal my answer, I'm going to be so mad. You're in the studio with me. If you steal my answer, I'm going to throw something at you.
Hey, smiling.
I have 2 of these.
Ooh.
I knew exactly where I was going.
2 of these.
He's going to steal my answer. I just saw him pull out a helmet.
I'm gonna save it for second. How about that? I'm gonna save it for second. Okay. Because
He's stealing my answer.
Hang on. Okay. I do not see no Montanas in the games. So you already know my weekly Montana Tech is about to happen. So
what the hell?
So this
Montana
team right
Tech.
here,
Oh my
Montana
God.
Tech or Diggers.
Oh my.
They are
gosh.
now ranked 7th in the country in AI.
Oh.
They
Oh
have a
my
transfer
God.
running back from Mississippi State. Okay,
They
his
do.
name is.
He's a grad transfer. They do.
He is a dog that is now a
Oh my
digger.
gosh.
So that is my good one. Okay, I'm gonna hand you this one because I know this is where you're going.
This is going to be where I'm going.
So this is where you're going. I'm gonna let you take the shine.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving it to me and not stealing my answer. And also shout for the fact that he knew where I was going to go and I never told him.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest impactful transfer this season is Nico, I'ma leave you in the worst way possible with what he has done to the UCLA program. Lord have mercy, this kid freaking stinks. Like, dude, oh my God. I feel like any amount of promise this kid showed at Tennessee was because he was being held up by the team around him. Now he goes to a team that was already a dumpster fire of a team without him, and now they're just they are the literal dump with him. Lord have mercy. Highway robbery. Him and his brother both. Madden with Arkansas, Nico with Tennessee and UCLA, both of them highway robbery. They are probably not the biggest impact for transfer in a bad way this season. Oh, but buddy, he's up there. Like if you want to talk bad transfers, Nico's going to be up there this season. The amount of money that he's getting, and dude, it's also crazy because I've seen people point this out of just that 5-star quarterback class from a couple of years ago.
Terrible.
And just what they're doing with Arch, Nico, Dante, Jackson. Who was the other one? Who was the fifth one? I can't remember who the fifth one was.
Went to USC.
Malachi Nelson.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Malachi Nelson. What a top 5 class, man. Lord have mercy. But no, my answer is in a negative fashion, man. And it's Nico. I mean, like just what you're seeing on the field over there, especially for a team that just swapped to the Big Ten, swapped from what they thought were a dying conference and hopefully going to come back, probably won't, to one of the most prestigious conferences in football. I mean, like UCLA has reached the same level as the Arkansas Razorbacks, where they're just there for clout up front. They're there for clout, and that's it. Jacob, what about you? Who's your most impactful transfer for the season so far?
Quarterback transfer into Florida State, Tommy Castellanos.
Oh, dude, he's a dog.
For 2 reasons. 1, because he helped bring back Florida State, and 2, because he nearly single-handedly has saved the legacy of Gus Malzahn.
Oh, yo, facts.
That is facts.
Yeah, and he's like borderline helping save Norvell's job right now.
Yep.
Like, dude, he's balling out. And, there's some other transfers that you could highlight too. I think the guy that they got over in Indiana who came from Cal, I'm drawing Mendoza, I think's his name. No, he's been balling out. Joey at Tennessee, man. Dude, Joey's a dog.
This guy?
Joey's balling. Oh, yeah. The Oklahoma quarterback, who's like arguably like the best quarterback in the nation. Yeah, Mateer.
I was going to say, Jacob better know that one.
Yeah. He's like arguably the best quarterback in the nation right now with how all the presumed best guys are playing at the moment. So, there's a lot of names throughout there, both good and bad. I would say like my personal favorite so far is honestly, I just mentioned him, probably Joey. I like the way Joey's playing over at Tennessee right now, man. App State QB over to the Vols, man. I love to see it.
Sidebar.
Don't
Nico's
forget Bo from Missouri.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's balling out. He's balling out for the Tigers right now. Facts. What'd you say?
Say Nico's leaving.
Nico's leaving? Wait, is that news that just broke or what?
Like 13 hours ago, he's leaving.
Oh, he's leaving UCLA? For real?
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's emotionally drained.
No, all right, is this actual news or are you trolling right now?
No,
Has anyone else seen this? Because I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
That was like a couple
Press
days
for
ago.
Montana
USA, Sports Illustrated, Saturday Now South, On 3.
Was this a couple
CBS.
days ago? I missed this completely.
Yeah.
He's going to transfer to Montana Tech.
We will take him. We need somebody on the bench, okay?
Yeah, you need that backup QB, brother. Well, there you go. That further proves my point of just how much of a bad impactful transfer the guy is. Lord have mercy. Hey,
He's so bad he can't even start in the NAIA.
dude.
Hey, that's Arkansas's next quarterback. You better calm down.
Yeah, you better watch out there,
In
buddy.
Arkansas, hey, I will be done with as an Arkansas fan if they pick him up. I swear I will be. I promise I will be. I will go straight Vanderbilt. I swear I will.
Did you see Pavia is gonna try to get that 7th year?
Did he really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see
Why?
the stuff with
Why?
Pavia and Theo Vaughn? with his mom?
Man.
God bless.
Shoot your shot.
All right, boys. We finished up that time. Good time there. Let's hit a little ad break. What do we want to hit? Do we want to hit some road? Do we want to hit the merch? What are we feeling? What are we feeling? What do we want? What do we want to hit?
Rogue thirsty.
You thirsty? All right, let me hit this Rogue ad for 1 minute. Enjoy the ad. Hey, do you like caffeine? Are you of the age of at least 18? Then maybe check out Rogue Energy. It's really good. Do you need to hydrate more? Then probably want to start with water. But if you want something that tastes good and hydrates you, then try Rogue Hydration. Do you need to chill more? Then try Rogue Chill. Do you need energy? Then drink the energy. It's really good. We have a referral link and a promo code Sparky3. You can get 10% off your order. Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, okay. And we're back. Go check out some Rogue. Do everything the ad said. Referral link, promo code, whatnot. Remember, if you're thirsty, you need to properly hydrate. Drink water first, and then get Rogue Hydration. It's really good. Dragon fruit mango. Shout out. All right, boys, let's head over to topic 3. We're making good time right now. So this one's just kind of a random little fun topic for the week. What is your favorite team's biggest what if? I'm a massive what if fan. Like I shouted out earlier, for anyone that's never watched any of the NFL stuff that NFL.com used to do, this is like probably 10 years ago. Those videos were so good. I love the idea of the domino effect of what would happen here if this happened. I love it in all aspects of life: gaming, anime, video games. I already said that. Football, whatever. It's so fascinating to me. I love butterfly effects and what could potentially go forward. You could shout out a college football one or an NFL one, or you could do both real quick. I'll let it be your pick. Tyler, this was your pitch for a topic. What you got? What is your biggest what if?
Well, the NFL one is, I will hammer this home every single time. My favorite team, player from college onto my favorite team in the NFL. Atrocious, I will say. Aaron may have been. You may have been good at one point, but you may have been bad every other time. So
Aaron Maben was a disaster.
Atrocious is the word that I would use. Disaster, you get a little bit of relief from disaster. Atrocious, you don't get nothing. So that's my NFL one. My college one is, what if Penn State was decent and could actually beat Ohio State?
Oh my God.
If we could just beat Ohio State half the time, just imagine. Just imagine how many championships we could have.
Oh my God.
Just half the time we could have made the playoffs. 4 teams, dude. You're just beating 2 teams. We could have beat 2 teams. Obviously, we lost USC. But Penn State, what if, man? That could have been good. What if Penn State would have got Josh Allen? That would have been crazy. But nobody wanted Josh.
Yeah, 0-star recruit. Had to send out videos and emails and never heard anything back until the Wyoming Cowboys came calling.
Man, what if Buffalo took the wrong Josh?
Dude, I want both you guys to know, and I want the world to know. When Tyler and I worked together, I got him a job where I worked at the time, and we were leading up to that draft. I'll defend Tyler with this. He was constantly saying would love Josh Allen, but he was also hammering, I love Josh Rosen and I want Josh Rosen. Just think what would have happened if the Buffalo Bills took the wrong Josh. But again, I will defend Tyler. He was on the Josh Allen train way before anybody else. I will defend him on that. I've got his back. He was on the Josh Allen train, but he was also a big Rosen guy. He was a fan of the Rosen one. And man, just imagine if the Bills got the wrong Josh that draft.
Tough.
10 mistakes made ahead of him. Shout out to Baker Mayfield for shouting that out recently on New Heights. That was so funny whenever Jason and Travis was talking about that draft class and how stacked it was. And then Baker's just like, oh, Josh Rosen, 10 mistakes made ahead of him. How's his career going, or whatever Baker said? I love Baker Mayfield so much, man. He's an absolute dog. Ricky, what about you? What's the biggest what if for you that maybe you think about a little too much throughout your football fandom?
So for the Arkansas Razorbacks, I think this one's easy. What if Bobby Petrino didn't screw other women and get fired and have a motorcycle accident and all that other kind of stuff? And here's the thing, guys. I don't think I would honestly change what happened just for the simple fact is it changed Bobby's life for the better. He's a better person. He's a better husband, a better father. Everything that the mistakes he acknowledged those mistakes. So I want to take time and I want to say that before I go into what I want to reiterate with. Before he had that motorcycle accident, Arkansas was going to be a top 10 team to start the season. They had a slew of starters that were coming back, including the quarterback who I thought was very underrated in Tyler Wilson. And he ended up having a great season the year before. They were a number 3 team going into the LSU game. Yes, we got obliterated that game, but we had a chance to go to a national championship game way before the playoff system was even into place. We had several recruits that were still very, very interested in coming to Arkansas. And then when that moment happened, we basically started over as a college football program. We've had 10-win seasons since Bobby Petrino. We've came close twice. We had an 8-win season, one 8-win season underneath Brett Bielema. We had one 9-win season underneath Sam Pittman. We haven't been close to a 10-win season since. We really, in some ways, haven't been close to relevant since. We've actually been sort of on that fence of mediocrity since then. And so my biggest what if for Arkansas is definitely going to be that with Bobby Petrino. Now, the other side that I wanted to go with the NFL, and like I said, I'm gonna let Jacob talk about the Cowboys because I really don't want to talk about the Cowboys in some simple way. I'm just gonna be honest with you. All right, so the one I will mention with the Cowboys is what if Des Bryant what if that was a catch underneath the rules?
Oh,
I think you
Jacob's
can
reaction.
honestly. I'm just saying that's the one that I would point out if I'm gonna point out the Cowboys. I'm not gonna. And yes, I understand what the subject and the title is about your favorites or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna go one of my favorite players in the NFL, Christian McCaffrey. What if Christian McCaffrey was not so injury prone? What would his career actually look like? Because he is by far one of the best running backs that we have seen. He just can't stay healthy. Gentlemen, he has had this is what, season 9 for him, I think, maybe 10.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10, around that range.
You know how many 1,000-yard seasons he's had?
Has he only had like 2 or something?
4.
Hmm.
He's had 4 1,000-yard seasons. That's including 2 years ago. He had like over 1,400 rushing yards or something like that. And then you look at the years that he has been injured. He has been highly injured prone. He is always one of the top spots taken for fantasy football in the running back position. And yet he just cannot stay healthy. So I always wonder what would his career look like if he could have one of those seasons, one of those 1,400-yard seasons on a yearly basis and grow even more with his career. What would his career actually look like if he stayed healthy?
Oh, that's a great question. Honestly, there's a lot of questions in the NFL that you could always look at. It's like, man, what if this guy, didn't have, X injuries, whatever, whether if it be a superstar or just a guy that never even really got the chance to take off his career, right? Because, I mean, one for the Chicago Bears that you can immediately look at. I still remember this draft pick to this day because the draft happened to be taking place on opening night for Avengers Age of Ultron. And I'm not missing out on Avengers Age of Ultron with my buddies. And I'm sitting in the theater watching the draft. Bears at the number 7 overall pick, and we get Kevin White from West Virginia. And it's always like, man, what if he just didn't have the level of injuries that he's got? Now, that's not mine, but let me pass to Jacob. Jacob, what is yours?
Gonna piggyback real quick off of what Ricky said with the Cowboys. That Des Bryant catch, I mean, that specific catch had not only Super Bowl implications, but also Hall of Fame implications for Tony Romo. I think that single catch is what has kept Romo out of the Hall of Fame thus far. But that's not my pick. My pick for the Cowboys is, what if Jimmy stayed for a few more years?
Oh, my God, facts. That's such a good one, too.
I think we would have at least had one more Super Bowl under our belt.
Probably.
did.
But for the
Not,
Buckeyes,
well, he means one more after that one. Like, potentially like a fourth one.
I was about to say we did.
For the Buckeyes, it's the same point, but for two different people. What if Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer were not pushed out of town?
Mm.
You know, I get the whole tattoo gate scandal with Jim Tressel. I think he was still everything that happened with Ohio State then should be completely and totally reversed because of the NIL now.
Kind
We
of like
should
they did
be
with
giving
Reggie's
back those
Heisman.
wins. What's that?
Kind of like what they did with Reggie's Heisman.
Exactly. We should be giving back those wins, and they should not be forfeited. And then simultaneously, it stained Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer's legacies a little bit.
Mhm.
Obviously, Urban Meyer wasn't involved with Tattoo Gate, but he had his own little scandal, quote unquote.
Yeah. In more ways
But yeah.
than one. Shout out to Jacksonville. Shout out to Cincinnati.
True. Yeah, but if Urban wasn't pushed out, he would have never have went to the NFL. So that would never would have happened.
Oh, thank God. That'd have been wonderful. Wasted Trevor Lawrence's rookie year.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence is a waste of a quarterback, but that's besides the point.
Facts. Still TBD, but mostly it's definitely leaning that way, where he's just going to be a, I think for T-Law, I think he could I'm curious if you guys would agree with this name. High draft pick, obviously. I could see T-Law being like a Vinny Testaverde kind of guy, where he's just going to go around team to team and just be a solid starter, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a Josh McCown.
Yeah, a little better than Josh McCown, more notable than Josh McCown.
Whoa.
Tyler's getting a little offended here.
Easy.
All right,
Yeah, I'm getting a little offended too.
All right, so here's my biggest what if. It is a Chicago Bears one, and I'm curious because there's a lot that you could say for the Bears. Would anyone have a possible guess what my pick would be for the biggest what if? Because there's a lot of
Double
notables.
doink.
It's not the double doink.
Damn.
Yeah, Ricky, you got a guess?
What if y'all didn't draft Caleb Williams like you should have?
Damn.
No, that is definitely not it. Tyler, do you have a guess?
Well, the obvious one would be not drafting Mitch.
That was the obvious one, Ricky, for the record.
Yeah.
I
But
know that. I was just messing with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go back a little bit. Like, what if y'all actually won the Super Bowl?
What, with the 06 season?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's still not my answer. So
A little bit farther back.
no, you're a little bit further forward, actually. So a lot of present day Bears fans. Granted, there's some others from like way back that you could say, right? But if you're looking the last 25 years, I think some of the most obvious ones people would say is what if the double doink didn't happen? What if we drafted Mahomes or Watson instead of Trubisky? What if Jay Cutler didn't get hurt in the NFC Championship game against the Packers? What if we won the Super Bowl against the Colts? Mine are none of those. Mine are what if Jay Cutler did not get hurt week 10 of the 2012 season? Here's why. Going into week 10, it was Sunday Night Football against the Houston Texans, who were also balling out at the time with Matt Schaub. Like, going into that game, the commentators even said this is a potential Super Bowl matchup, right? Because Ben, as a Bears fan at that time, electric for those few games. We dropped a 50 burger. We beat the crap out of the Jags. The score doesn't show it, but the play does. Beat the hell out of the Cowboys on Monday night. One of my favorite games of all time to this day. I was about to start my job at the time. My boss, who I'm still talk to this day. He is a Cowboys fan. He saw I was wearing a Bears watch. This is 4 days after the Bears beat the shit out of the Cowboys on Monday night, and he's like, "So you're a Bears fan?" I'm like, "I am." And he puts his pen down. He's like, "I don't know if I should hire you." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "I'm a Cowboys fan." I looked at him and all I said was, "I'm sorry." But that was one of my favorite games ever because my three favorite players all scored on the same night. Devin Hester with the receiving TD, Lance Briggs, and Charles Tillman. All three of them scored that night. It was electric. The Bears had only lost one game going into that Sunday night game, and it was against the Packers week 2. The Bears finished 10-6 that year. Jay does come back, but he's not playing to the same level that he was. Boys, let's keep this in mind. This is the season that Lovie Smith got fired. And I understand the reasoning behind it at the time is that, can't get over the Packers hump, whatever, because we did get 0-2'd by the Packers that year. But what if Jay didn't get hurt that Sunday night game? and Jason Campbell had to come in. Shout out to Jason Campbell, throwback name for you boys. And the season didn't get derailed because I mean, dude, the Bears were firing on all cylinders that year. Like I remember talking about it, I think with you, Tyler. I remember talking about it with Brady. Like this Bears team was electric. This is one of the best offenses for a Bears team I've seen in my entire life of being a Bears fan. And I think back to that time is what if Jay Cutler didn't get hurt that game and that season didn't get derailed and Lovey didn't get fired? What does that mean? No Mark Trestman. Don't have to deal with that BS for a couple years. Probably wouldn't have gotten John Fox. Wouldn't have had to deal with that. Probably wouldn't have got Trubisky. Like there's like granted, I'm not saying the Bears would have been a dominant force for the next decade or anything. I'm not saying that. At the end of the day, it was Jay Cutler who was like a Brett Favre and he just slung that thing. But I'm saying is that there is that domino effect. Would we have made the playoffs? I say yes. Would we have potentially made the Super Bowl? Maybe. Would Lovey have been fired? No, we wouldn't. And then we wouldn't have to deal with Mark Trestman, that's where everything started. Like you look at the Bears' struggles from where we are right now to then, it all started then. You can't change my mind. It started. What's the date? November 11th, 2012. That's when it started. That night changed the entire trajectory of where the Bears are right now by one little domino after another. Other Bears fans might disagree with me, but that's my personal stance. And that's the one that I think about the most. It bothers me so much. All right, let's move on to the next topic, boys. Let's finish up the topic strong here. All right, what college football teams need to make a change the most? This topic was kind of inspired from what Ricky kind of threw in our Discord about where Kansas State kind of was. So if Ricky wants to go that direction, by all means, maybe a different direction. But also, keep in mind, this can be multiple ways, right? This could be a certain position, need to pull the plug on a coaching staff, or maybe on the opposite side of things, where what team could appear that they need a change, but maybe they should just hold the line just a little bit longer. Maybe they'll figure it out, right? All right, Ricky, let's start with you on this one. What's a team that you think needs to make the change the most right now?
Yeah, and I hate to bring up Chris Kyle because I think he's an excellent coach, and I think they're going to give him. I think they're going to give him a pass on this one, just for the simple fact is that he has had very good success, 8-9 win seasons consistently, has not had a losing season. I think this is his first season, so I think they're going to give him a little bit of a pass on it. But I do think eventually they're going to move on from him and find something else. This is probably one of the more talented teams that he's had. And even with the talented teams that he has had, you have not really seen a consistency when it comes to Kansas State winning. They will lose to some outrageous teams at the least amount of given time, and that does happen consistently. But I'm gonna go with the obvious and say Sam Pittman at Arkansas. And just for the simple fact is that I'm tired of seeing him. I'm tired of seeing these close games and us not winning these close games. It's been the same thing going on year after year. I'm tired of seeing it. And I love Sam. Sam's a great dude. He's going to retire at Lake Hamilton. He's got a Lake Hamilton over there at Lake Hamilton. He's got a lake house over there, everything like that. He's going to retire here. He's been great for us, but he's the transition piece. He's not the piece that we need to really put us over that hump. And if you look at our schedule, and yes, we go to Memphis this Saturday. I think we'll beat Memphis, but it's going to be extremely tough because you're going to Memphis. After that, we play nothing but ranked teams the rest of the way. It's going to be extremely tough. I think you pull the plug now, thank Sam for his services, and let's find a way to move on and get somebody in the Arkansas program that can recruit.
Okay. All right, Jacob, what about you?
Well, the original team that I had picked for this already is making the change, and that is Virginia Tech. They already made the changes that they needed to do. So I'm going to switch it up and do what team appears they need to change, but should hold the line for now, and that is the Wisconsin Badgers.
Okay. All right. I like this answer.
I think that, there's still a lot of growing pains right now with that program. They are being a little bit dominated in the transfer portal by the other Big Ten teams. But I do think that they need to hold the line just for at least a couple more years, at least 2 more. Give the coaching staff there all around 2 more years to turn this program around. I think you guys are going to be a little surprised in a couple of weeks when they play Michigan. I have a sneaky suspicion that they're about to get that upset. That is what the staple win. That's the staple win that they're going to need in order to jumpstart the program.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I like that answer. Let me ask you a follow-up question, Jacob. If with the Virginia Tech opening, Virginia Tech would be nuts not to call Shane Beamer immediately, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page.
But I'm still wanting John Gruden to go there.
All right, that's fair too. Also, I want
You
to
want to
shout.
go John Gruden to go everywhere.
That's true, he does. Also, I want to shout
He's a good
this out.
coach.
I want to shout this out because I saw like with the Virginia Tech thing, I saw like the possible like. Sorry, I got distracted. There's like a little spider hanging on that other camera over there. You see it, Tyler? He's just chilling. He's hanging out. He's vibing. Anyway, I saw like a list of like candidates for Virginia Tech. Shane Beamer, obviously at the top. Guess who was number 2?
Mike Vick.
A guy who's coached 3 college games, Michael Vick. And I'm just like, bro, get out of here with that nonsense.
Did you see what he said about it?
I saw that he commented, but I did not click the article to see what he actually said.
He said, "I'm worried about whoever they're playing."
Okay, so keep him locked in.
Yeah.
That's the way it needs to be. So what's your answer then?
My answer is pretty obvious because I know a Florida fan. It's unfortunate that you got to fire your coach to get rid of your quarterback, but if that's what it takes to get DJ Lagway to get up out of Gainesville, make it happen.
Right.
Fire Billy. He don't need to be fired, but fire Billy. Because DJ is not as good as Mertz. I don't care what you say. Mertz was a better quarterback.
Little brother has some disagreements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Florida has they've been going through it quarterback wise.
Yeah.
I think they just need a hard reset.
Yeah.
They need to go to a running style. Because you go from Emory Jones to AR-15 to you got Mertz, but then you go to DJ Lagway. It's all bad. It's all bad in Florida. How is Florida not good?
Right.
They have all this money. They're attractive school.
And
Dude,
they're worse of the
just-
big 3.
Well,
Little brother.
one thing you also have to remember.
Well, they're fourth,
One thing,
but yeah.
one thing you also have to remember, Tyler, and this is kind of where they do need to get rid of Billy Napier, is the fact that his game management's not very good, which is why he lost South Florida. It wasn't just his quarterback, but he had terrible game management that game, and it's been consistent since he's been there.
No.
Yeah, Florida's about to go through a gauntlet. So if you're gonna
True.
fire him, let him get a couple more losses on his resume to make it a little harder to get a job.
Diabolical.
I
I,
mean,
love it.
Don't pull a Virginia Tech and be like, "Hey, Brent Pryor, hey, we love you,
Oh,
but you're not
he's
gonna
going
get
to
this.
Virginia Tech.
But you're not gonna get this extra win on your belt under an FCS school or whoever they're playing.
That's so funny.
Hey, just
Look, hey, listen, Florida just has an aggressive case of little brother syndrome. And you know what? It's okay. They'll figure it out eventually. And they'll get back to being the little brother who's good, but still the little brother.
And
That's
then-
just how it is.
And I got another one. Giovanni, you're going to love this. Put Tulane in the ACC. They're out here cooking. Just put them in the ACC. Now, you
But
got
put
rid of
Tulane
your
back in the SEC.
you got rid of your quarterback. You sent them to an ACC school, and then you dog walked them. Come on now. Put them in the ACC.
I don't think they could survive in the SEC, brother.
ACC.
Hey,
I know,
if-
no, Jacob
if
said
the-
put them in the SEC
Oh,
where,
yeah,
where they once were.
Arkansas might actually be
if the
decent then.
ACC explodes like everybody's predicting once this new wave of teams going to places that they shouldn't go to happens, the
Right.
ACC is going to explode, and Tulane's probably going to end up in the ACC or the remnants of what is the ACC.
That'll just go Big 12.
They could go
They're close enough in the same geographic reason. I mean, you got to go down to UCF, so why not
create the whack again.
create the whack? Hey, let's just bring back the glory that is geographic conferences, please. Like, let's just go back to that gloriful time, right? Instead of this crap that we've got going on right now. For me, I'm gonna go with the direction of Jacob and I. We talked about this briefly. So unless his opinions changed in the last 48 hours, we should be on the same page here of a team that should just kind of hold the line just a little bit. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just this one is strictly gut feeling is more than anything, and that is the Texas Longhorns, because there is a lot of conversation, fans, analysts, everything about Arch Manning and how he's played. Right. If you guys caught any clips or caught any of the game this weekend with, the former 2 5-star quarterbacks of the same class playing against each other, Malachi Nelson and Arch Manning of UTEP and Texas Longhorns this weekend, there was an incompletion that Arch threw, and the Texas fans were booing him off the field. Or just booing the offense off the field. Let's just word it that way, right? Just to be a little bit more technical. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's just a gut feeling. It's just had a really rough start to the year. Arch has not had a lot of flashy plays this year like he has last year, right? In the times he did get to play. Just hold the line a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Like and I know it's Arch Manning, so they're gonna naturally hold the line because he's a Manning. I'll tell you up front, if he wasn't a Manning, I don't think that line would be held very long by Texas. Up front, no chance. No chance. Give it 2 more bad games and Arch out. And I think it's still possible that could be the case. But I'm just got that gut feeling. Hold the line. I think Arch and Steve Sarkisian, they're going to figure it out together. Jacob, what you got?
I think, I still agree with you. I think that people are really jumping the gun on Arch. He does not deserve this hate. But I also am going to go the extra step and say that he is not at the right program, and Sark is not the right coach for him.
I like that. But he's a Manning.
Guys, I wanna throw something in there.
Boston College.
Shut up with the Billy O.B. over there.
You make Christian Hackerberg look good.
Hey, also legit, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but the BC QB is balling this year.
Facts.
Like up front, like he's
Facts.
one of the best quarterbacks in the college right now. Like BC QB is balling. He's a name you're gonna need to watch, even though I don't remember his name. My bad. Do better.
Dylan Longergang.
What a name.
That's a legendary name.
Dylan
Great name.
Lonergan.
That's like the
Lonergan?
Death Rage guys over there at Rocky Mountain, man. Like that's legendary, dude. No, I mean, like I think there's a lot of different teams and names you could throw out there for who needs to change and who needs to hold the line and stuff. So it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting thing to talk about. Ricky, what you got?
So Brad and I had a similar topic the other day of coaches who were going to be on the hot seat or whatever the case may be whenever we recorded our podcast Sunday night. He brought up a name that's very interesting, and I want your guys' take on
Ooh,
it.
here we go.
Dabo Swinney.
Yeah.
I could see that.
He's mad.
I could see that.
But I don't think
Dabo-
Dabo will get fired. Dabo will leave before he gets fired.
But
Well,
it would have been a firing. Like we
Brad-
know.
Brad brought up an interesting point. He doesn't use the transfer portal at all.
That's true.
Like he is the least amount of person that you're going to go transfer to, which I understand that. That's that's the old school way of thinking, whatever the case may be. But we've kind of seen the effects of not using the transfer portal versus using the transfer portal, and he just really hasn't had. Instead of going out there and getting those names, he's just doing the same things. He's not adapting to what basically the system has become. Which I mean, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. I wish it was the way of the loyalties or athletes stayed for a long time. But Dabo Swinney, when he mentioned that, it made me think. And then these last couple of days, I've had a chance to think about it, and he might be right. He might be one of those that should be on the hot seat.
And also, here's another question because we here at this show we talked about this like last week or maybe the week before about Kalen DeBoer down in Alabama, where it's like all these names that were in the running for head coach, and you go with Kalen DeBoer, who I think we can all agree was not the first, the second, or at least the third name for Alabama. But I don't remember who said it, Ricky. I don't know if it was you or Jacob. I don't remember who said it, but someone said, who would want to try to follow up Nick Saban, right? Who would want to be that guy? I can't remember who said that.
That was me.
Okay, so it's like, you saying that what if Dabo's in the hot seat? What if Dabo's just playing the long game? I was like, yeah, let's have Kalen DeBoer go over there. Let's see if he bombs. Oh, he's bombing? Oh, even better. So then, he bombs Bama, right? Kalen DeBoer gets fired, and then Dabo's just like, I'm coming home, everybody. The new Crimson Tide coach, it's me. Like, what if that's the long game? What if that's the long game? He could be known as the savior. He's the savior. He's not the guy that followed Nick Saban. Think about it. He's playing chess. He ain't playing checkers.
You and I
I'm
both
sorry.
know.
I still have to say that there was a guy literally training and basically bred to take over for
Lane
Nick
Kiffin.
Saban and Lane Kiffin,
Yeah, it's Lane
and they
Kiffin.
didn't pick him.
I know. It's Lane Kiffin.
It's okay. They're getting John Gruden next year. It's okay.
Yeah, add John Gruden. John Gruden just needs to get like the shadow clone jutsu at this point for Jacob. He's about to be a coach at like 43 colleges.
He is the most sought after coach, in my opinion, this coming off season, or should be.
I'll be very excited to see where John Gruden goes. I gotta be honest, Ricky. Even if that means, unfortunately, Arkansas, John Gruden's a dog. He's a dog. Like I'm looking forward to seeing where he's going to go. But I will say, in terms of the Bama job, if it comes open, it's going to be Lane or Dabo, one of the two, no questions asked. But I'm telling you, what if Dabo's playing the long game? Forrest might be onto something. He might be onto something with Dabo. All right,
Still take Lane Kiffin over Dabo though.
I would take Lane Kiffin too up front. All right, boys, let's shout out some merch and let's get to picks. We have a merch store. It's not that great, but we have one. Sparky3shop.com. You can go pick up some really poorly designed merch, like the B shirt, which I think is actually really awesome. We have this thing called the Lonely Boy. It's just a cool little design. I'll put more terrible merch in there, especially if you recommend stuff, then I will probably put stuff in there. We have some really poorly designed hats, so that's cool. Yeah, and I think that's it. Spark3shop.com. It's in the description below somewhere. Spark3shop.com. It's a place you can visit and buy some merch, I guess, if you're feeling spicy. See ya. All right, and we're back, boys, and I think it's time to get us some picks. Don't you boys think so?
Let's get
Sure.
spicy.
All right, let me pick some random music here.
Purple.
Purple it is.
Oh, there's two purples.
Yeah,
Never
I
mind.
guess, okay, do you want top purple or bottom purple?
Since you clicked the bottom one thinking I was doing bottom, let's go top.
All right, that is the starting soon music, which
Okay.
is a nice little bop for us.
Well, now people's going to think we're starting soon.
Yeah, people think the show's not starting yet.
Well, it is starting soon. It's about to get crazy.
It's time for picks. Let's jump into it. Let's kick things off with college football week 4. Let's go through some ranked, notable, and fun matchups. First thing we got, boys, we got 22nd ranked Auburn heading over to 11th ranked Oklahoma. Who do we all got in this game? Give me OU. Give me the Sooners at home.
Yeah, I actually like this Oklahoma team. I think they're a lot better than what they have been. I think Auburn is highly overrated. OU.
There we go. Jacob.
Couldn't agree more. Give me the Sooners.
Ty.
One of these teams beat Temple 42-3, so give me Oklahoma.
I love it, and I respect it. All right, next thing that we've got is we have Illinois at Indiana. This should be an excellent Big Ten matchup. Nice little rivalry game here as well. They don't have a special name, though. I did look into it, but they are a rival here. Give me Illinois on this one. Jacob, we're up in your country, so who you got?
Oh, I think this is about to be a massacre because Indiana is not a very good team this year compared to last year. I think they had a cupcake schedule to begin the season. Give me the Fighting Illini.
Okay, Ricky.
Yeah, same thing. Fighting Illini.
Okay, Ty.
Indiana played a team that is in their state and beat them 73-0.
I saw that.
So give me Illinois.
I respect it. All right, next up. So one thing, this is just not really a notable or fun match. I guess it's fun. I just like the rivalry games that have fun names. So I'm going to try to always shout those out. First one we've got is the battle for the golden screwdriver, ladies and gentlemen. We have Fresno State at Hawaii. You know who it's all about, brother. Give me the Rainbow Warriors. I don't know if Mike is back yet, but give me the Rainbow Warriors. We'll probably lose, but I got to stick with the Rainbow Warriors. Tyler, who do you got?
I'm gonna ride with you. Give me a Y.
There we go. All right, Ricky.
I know nothing about Fresno State. Give me a Y.
Love it. Jacob.
Those Rainbow Warriors are off to a really good start this season.
Even with a
They're off
backup.
to a really, really good start, and I think they might win 2 more games in a row. Give me the Rainbow Warriors.
Does anyone know why this game is called the Battle for the Golden Screwdriver?
No.
Okay, so it started in like 2002 or something like that when Fresno State and Hawaii played, and a fan for Fresno State threw a screwdriver at June Jones whenever they were finishing up the game and leaving the field. Yeah, they threw a screwdriver at June Jones. And then after that, they made a trophy with a golden screwdriver and formed it into an official rivalry and trophy. Legendary. That's hatred right there, brother. I love it. Next up, we got the Civil War. This is the easiest one, guys. Again, it's just I like the fun names. Oregon State, Oregon. It won't. This is gonna be a massacre. This is gonna be a bloodbath. This is gonna be be bad. Just Oregon across the board, right? Where no one's feeling spicy.
This is the game where the little brother told and tattled on the bigger brother, and the bigger brother comes back when the parents aren't around and just beats the ever-loving hell out of the little brother. Give me Oregon.
Oh my God. Now this one's not close. Ricky, Todd, you guys have any other thoughts on this game?
Oregon by
Hate
69.
Beavers.
Oregon by 69. Ricky?
I hate Beavers.
Whoa. Wow. Okay.
know.
Holy shit. Okay. All right, whatever. Next up.
Hey, hang on. Let me give you a Tyler story, okay? So Boxout's rival is Glen Rose.
Yep,
Their
thanks.
mascot's the Beavers, and I
yep.
can't stand Glen Rose. Give me Oregon.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I love
you
my
go.
Beavs here, but like, yeah, this is gonna be a massacre. The Beavs will be lucky to keep it within 70 up front. Next up, the Iron Skillet battle, SMU and TCU. Give me SMU in this one.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
SMU?
Oh wait, did I say TCU or did I say I meant SMU? If I said TCU, I meant SMU.
No. Oh no, I'm taking TCU.
Oh
think TCU
yeah,
is a
no,
much
give me
better
SMU.
team.
Give me SMU.
Yeah, I'm taking TCU. I think TCU is a lot better than SMU this year. It's
No,
gonna
give
be
me
a good
SMU.
game, though.
Give me SMU in the battle for the Iron Skillet. Jacob, who are you taking in the Skillet battle?
I'm not really so certain on SMU this season. They've had their ups and downs, but TCU looks like a program that's finally bouncing back compared to what they had last season. So give me the Horned Frogs.
Love that name, by the way. Tyler?
One of these teams has a former projected top 10 pick. So for that reason, give me TCU.
Wow, I'm the lone wolf here. Thanks. Appreciate that. All right, next up we have part of the Tobacco Road rivalry, which shout out to that one. What a name. Which that involves Wake Forest, UNC, NC State, and Duke. That's a four-way rivalry. So shout out to that.
Nice.
We got NC State at Duke on this one. How we boys feeling on this one? I'm kind of indecisive. I'm kind of curious you guys' thoughts. Ricky, who you got?
I've got Duke by a hair, and that's just because they're at home. North Carolina State played very, very close to Wake Forest. They finally pulled away with it, but I've got Duke at home.
Okay, Tyler?
We used to work with a guy that went to NC State, MC Snack Master Attertray.
Oh my god!
So for that reason, I don't work with him anymore. Give me Duke.
You know what? You convinced me. Give me Duke. Jacob?
Duke's defense has been abysmal this season so far. They got trashed by Illinois, and they lost a close game, a decently close game against Tulane. Give me the Wolfpack.
He just showed me a picture of who he's talking about. I worked with this guy too. His name is Philip. Philip was so damn funny. It was someone Tyler and I worked with at the job where I got him the job, whatever. Dude, Philip, I forgot all about Philip. I forgot all. Philip was great. I loved Philip, man. Philip was awesome. All right, next up, let's go around to our game of the week. So the one that I've got set up for us here is, of course, the little brother Florida Cup, Florida at Miami. Give me Miami, man. This is gonna be this is gonna be a beatdown. Give me the Canes here, Tyler.
Mertz was a better quarterback, so give me Miami.
Love it, Ricky.
Yeah, Florida's defense is pretty good though, regardless of how terrible and trashy their quarterback is. But they're not going to beat Miami. Miami's going to win this game.
Jacob.
Why does this feel like it could be a trap game though?
Okay,
Like,
up front.
I can't be the only one.
No, you're not. I'm the Miami guy here, and I agree. Look, what are you talking about, brother? It's Miami. Every game's a trap game. Every game's a trap game. What do you mean? Up front, every game's a trap game. So yes, this is a trap game. But you know what? I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up the bravado over here. You know, like I gotta keep it rolling.
Give me the U.
There we go.
For now.
Love it. Whose game was this? Who had Iowa and Rutgers? Was this you, Ricky?
That was me, ladies
Iowa and
and gentlemen.
Rutgers.
Let me present to you the new foundation for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Iowa's offense is absolutely terrible. Rutgers is going to win this game. Give me the Scarlet Knights.
You convinced me. Give me the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, the birthplace of college football. Give me the Rutgers.
Really?
Give me Rutgers. I'm gonna ride with Ricky on
Come
this
on.
one.
Rutgers
Come
has
on,
beat
Jacob.
down 2 MAC schools and an FCS school.
Hey, MAC is
Hey,
the
I
greatest
don't give a
conference in
damn.
college football. What is there even a conversation about?
And there's a top 15 team that nearly lost against Iowa. So give me the Hawkeyes because their defense they're all dogs.
You're a
That
coward.
is true. Hey. I just acknowledged
Wow.
their defense. let's remember. This is not the first time I picked against Iowa. All right, this is not the first time I picked against Iowa. So I'm just telling you, their defense is tough, but their offense is trash. Rutgers, baby.
Here we go. All right, Ty, who you got?
I hate Rutgers,
Okay.
but I also hate
God.
Sean Green. So for that reason,
Oh, you talking about the old running back, number
Yeah.
23?
yeah, he went to the Jets. Yeah, I hate Sean Green.
Oh my god.
And Iowa has a quarterback named Gronkowski.
Yeah, it does.
Gronowski.
Gronowski. Yeah.
Okay, well, he sucks. Give me the Athlan. The Nathan with the silent N with that's not there. Give me Rutgers.
All right, Jacob, you're on your own island over there, brother.
That's fine.
Just like you might be on your own island right now with the Apple Cup, Washington at Washington State. Give me Washington. Give me the Huskies on this one. Jacob.
We got destroyed against North Texas.
I saw.
It was 59-10.
I
guys.
saw. What, dude? I want what I saw that score. Like I didn't expect Washington State to be like a 10-win team, but when I saw that score, my mouth dropped. I was like, no way they got beat that bad. I immediately just thought of you.
It was so bad. I want to be loyal. but
I chose
can't.
against the Beavs. Just call it when you call it, brother.
Yeah. Give me the Huskies.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, man. Ricky.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Huskies. Yeah, this is kind of like the train wreck when Arkansas lost North Texas a few years ago. So I kind of understand what Jacob's going through. At least I didn't fall for a fake fair catch.
Take me back to the days of Gardner Minshew, please.
Right, facts. The goat, Tyler. Who you got?
I love Jake Locker coming out of college.
He was a dog.
Mike Leach is the GOAT of all time. He's the GOAT.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the team that has a white running back named Kirby Voorhees. Give me Washington State. That's for you. That's for you, Jacob.
Jacob, here's your chance.
I will
to
take
flip.
a loss.
Here's your chance to flip.
All right, you did it. I'm going with the Cougs.
Good Godspeed to both of you.
Let's go, Potter.
Godspeed to both of you. All right, next game we had was
Potter threw 3 interceptions last week.
Okay, but he didn't throw no interceptions against the weak teams. Okay, think about it like that. Progress.
Progress, brother. Progress, brother. All right, next game we had, this was Shane's, an SEC battle here. South Carolina and Missouri, two of the teams that always fight not to be the bottom feeders of the SEC. I like Missouri here, man. I like what Missouri's been doing this year. What about you, Jacob?
Your mic cut out.
Oh, well, Missouri. Give me the Tigers.
South Carolina sucks.
Yes.
They absolutely are abysmal. I hate the team. I've never ever liked South Carolina in my entire life. Give me the Tigers.
Okay, Ricky.
Yeah, Missouri unfortunately is going to win this game. I wish Missouri would lose every single game because I cannot stand Eli Drinkwitz. But hey, you know what? That's okay. He's got a good football team and he's a good coach. I will take Missouri.
Okay, Top.
Eli Drinkwitz is a fan of us because he does not let his team look at the rankings because it's like looking at your ex's Instagram page. So for that reason, give me Mizzou. I mean, hey, he's a fellow AP hater.
Yeah, certain word, the AP. That's for sure. All right, Tyler, floor is yours on this one.
Okay.
Why? Why is this a game that we're even highlighting? Why is this a game that the world needs to know about?
Okay, so this Sanford and West Carolina match.
Oh God.
This is on my docket because I do believe Arkansas has played both of these teams. I might be mistaken on Sanford.
Yes,
Sanford,
they have.
Okay, so I bet they beat the dog out of them. You don't know. Okay, well,
Yes,
what?
they did.
Okay,
I'm just saying. Yes, they did.
okay. Well, what I do know is Sanford leads this 17-4 all time, right? Western Carolina has won the last 2 matchups. So that means Sanford was 17-2. They won the previous 5, then they lost. They've been dominating this thing, but as of recently, they have not. Until today. Give me Sanford.
Give him Sanford. Give me Western Carolina here. Ricky, who you got?
Yeah, let's see here. So remember, we played Samford once, and it was a dog crap year. We beat them by 10 freaking points.
That's
We
embarrassing.
didn't
That's
beat 'em crap.
bad.
It is embarrassing. It was in 2013. That was 2 years after Trino was retired. It was Bielema's first season.
That's
The
bad.
last time. That's the last time we played Samford. But I'm taking Western Carolina. I actually saw this. I believe it was Western Carolina that Arkansas played at Memorial Stadium 2 seasons ago, and they've actually developed their program up a little bit more than what it was. And I like Stanford as well. This was not, and like, even though this matchup was like the highlight for Tyler, it doesn't surprise me because it's Tyler. But yeah, give me Western Carolina.
Jacob?
Just based upon the games so far this year, Western Carolina has kept the games relatively close outside of the Power 4 game that they played, and Samford's been getting dog walked all season. Give me Western Carolina.
I can't believe Tyler had this on the docket.
Just take a gander at the quarterback at Sanford.
Hold on.
Elite.
And
Yeah,
what? Because of
yep,
his
I got
name?
it.
Well,
Now I'm curious.
Samford quarterback. Jake Bobo?
No.
Quincy? Or
Quincy.
Brady?
Quincy.
Quincy
Princeton.
He hasn't thrown a TD yet.
has not thrown a TD yet.
He's also 5'11".
It's also, let's not forget, the home of Delvin Hodges, the Duck. Shout out to that. Shout out to the Duck. All right, boys, let's keep moving. FCS game of the week. We have Youngstown State and Towson. How we feeling? I got Youngstown State in this one. I think it's
Yeah,
like
give
the
me
only like
Youngstown State.
FCS matchup this week that like they're both undefeated right now. Or am I tripping?
I think
I
you're tripping,
right.
dog.
I think you're right, but it's also one of the most relevant games that's going on this week too. Youngstown State used to have Bo Pelini as their head coach, and that was a few years back. He actually got them back on the program, and I think Jim Tressel, is he still the president of that university?
No, he's the lieutenant governor for Ohio now, so he's not allowed to hold that
Okay.
office.
That's crazy.
Okay, for some reason I thought he was still the president there at Youngstown State. They're actually bouncing back. They actually look really, really good. I will take Youngstown State.
Yeah, I'm taking the Penguins as well.
Yeah, that's also wise because I found out their name is the Penguins, and that's elite. Like, that is elite. That's 10 out of 10. One of the best team names in college football, hands down. Tyler?
I lost where it was. Youngstown State always gets dog walked by Ohio State, so I can't like that. Towson used to have a running back, Terrence West. He did get drafted by the Browns.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, that's it. That's all
it.
he did. That's all he did.
Yep.
He only scored like 30 rushing touchdowns. Fact check, I don't care. Probably wrong, probably right. I don't know. Give me Towson just because. Forget Ohio State.
You don't want to go with the Penguins?
No.
You don't like Penguins?
Not the Penguins.
Why don't you like Penguins?
Because Towson is. They look like a tiger. I don't know.
All right, we're done there.
I can't.
We're-
I can't.
we're-
My thing is.
We're moving on.
I'm not
We're
scroll. I
moving on.
can't scroll.
We're
I don't
moving
know.
on. FBS game of the week. Got a Big 12 matchup here. Texas Tech and Utah. This should be a pretty good game this weekend. Give me Texas Tech. Tyler, who you got?
Cam Rising retired finally, right?
Yeah, he finally retired after
Okay.
his
Yeah.
20-year career.
Okay. Well, you know where I'm going. Red Raiders all day.
There you go, Ricky.
Yeah, Texas Tech.
Jacob.
Ooh, I might be the only one here. Give me the Utes.
Okay, give me the Utes. All right, it should be a good game this weekend. All right, next up for terrible game of the week. We actually had a tie this week, so we are going to be flipping the coin between the Akron game and the Arkansas State game. So for the Akron game, we'll do heads. Arkansas State game, we'll do tails. Let's see what will be the terrible game of the week. And the answer is Arkansas State at Kennesaw State, which I wildly disagree as the terrible game of the week.
Facts.
If we ever put this in here, diabolical. Give me Arkansas State. What are we even
Hello.
talking about?
Why would you put Arkansas State and Kennesaw State?
Akron is in
Thank you.
Ohio.
This
Stay
is gonna be an
loyal.
absolute massacre.
Yeah, like, but
Arkansas
you know
State's
what?
gonna beat 'em by 50.
Look, I'm playing by the rules that I have set. You know, every once in a while, I could just do a flat out veto, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna trust in the flip of the coin and see if the Akron game, which should have been terrible game of the week, wins. But it's all right. Give me
Listen, you
Arkansas
guys
State.
put in a game last week that was an absolute massacre, so I don't even want to hear it.
Which game was that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Hey, you got at least. Come on, man. Arkansas State's going to win this game by at least 50.
Give me
I-
Kennesaw State.
You're out of your damn mind.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. Give me Arkansas State. Well, that is diabolical.
Yeah,
Tyler,
out
you're
of your
going
mind.
Arkansas State, right?
Totally.
Yeah, I'm going Arkansas State. I love you, Duquesne, but Akron's going to whoop you.
Yeah. No. Like, I want to shout out the reason why I threw in that Duquesne Akron game is because like I thought it was so wild to me that you have this FCS FBS matchup and Akron is so bad that the projections for them to win is not astronomically high like normal. It's like a 70% chance they're going to win. And I'm just like, God bless. God bless. This should be a dumpster fire of a game. All right, let's move over to the NFL this week, boys. First thing we got Denver and the Chargers. This should be a fun game. Denver's been having a little bit of struggles recently, but the Chargers, man, they've just been doing their thing. Give me the Chargers. What about you, Ty, or Ricky, or whoever?
Sorry about that. I heard a pause, so I just went ahead and. Hey, give me the Chargers. I think they're set to do pretty well. They're going to win the division. Kansas City's not making the playoffs.
Jacob?
Yeah, Chargers look like one of the best teams in the NFL right now.
Ty?
I'm pretty sure I picked Denver to win the division, so for that reason, give me the Chargers.
Wow. All right. Diabolical. Diabolical.
I'm trying to catch the losses over here.
Diabolical. Okay. All right. Respected. Also, for the pause thing, here's the fun fact on it. When I'm hosting with this format we've got, I forget if I should call on people or just pause. When we get to picks, my brain just goes silent. And I just forget. I try to constantly keep my brain going. I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to keep moving. I just forget. It's my bad. Next up, we have Dallas and Chicago. Ricky.
Oh yeah, you know. Hey, and here's the thing: the great and diabolical thing that you put on here is the simple fact is, Alex, that you just mentioned that it was your favorite ever Monday Night Football game when they obliterated the Dallas Cowboys. The good news is that our defense looked like trash last week, but Russell Wilson, let's give him credit where credit's due. Russell Wilson played like an elite quarterback. Caleb Williams is not even close to an elite quarterback, not yet anyway. He probably never will be either. We are coming to Chicago, and we are walking out 2-1. Give me the Cowboys.
Jacob.
Why in the hell did we get into a shootout that ended in overtime against the New York Football Giants?
Facts.
Why? Tell me why.
Facts. Facts, though. Dude, listen, I was so hoping the Cowboys were going to lose, not because of you guys, but because of my boss. Because my boss went to the Tennessee-Georgia game this week because he lives in Knoxville. He's a Vols fan. I was ready to shoot him a message like, man, you lost to the Bulldogs and you in person, and then you lost to the Giants on Sunday. I was ready to give him shit so bad.
I have a feeling we're going to lose this game, but out of sheer loyalty, I'm picking the Cal. But I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to lose this game.
So just out of sheer loyalty of the fact that I've got two Cowboys fans on the show and I'm a Bears fan, naturally, I'm locking in the Bears on the Run Your Pool. There's no questions asked. It's who I'm going to get. But I feel you, but obviously in the opposite vein. I just think the Bears are probably going to lose because, like, I think this is still the growing pain, man. And I got to tell you, I'm still in the mega minority of Bears fans. I'm just like, let them figure it out. It's all good. Yeah. Still, we turned over a lot of stuff about this roster, but there's a very large portion of this roster that's still, like, not Ben Johnson's team. It's all good, dude. I'm not worried about it.
Here's the issue, though, is like the Cowboys' offense is it is obviously you saw last week.
Mhm.
We can get into a shootout, but our defense is abysmal.
Right.
Oh, we got Jadeveon Clowney. Whoa.
Yeah.
Like 3 years too late.
You know, and one thing about you guys being able to do a shootout, us not having Jalen Johnson for potentially the whole season, bummer on that one, especially after we just paid him. Yeah. That's going to help you guys out. Kyler's been on and off hurt. That's going to help you guys out. Tyreek is at best a QB, a CB3, you know, and he's been like our CB1 in the mix. It's tough with our secondary right now, so you guys should be able to be throwing them yards on us pretty effectively. Tyler, who you got? You gonna side with me? You gonna side with the Cowboys?
I'm trying to go 1-15 because I can't pick Buffalo. I can't pick Miami against Buffalo. So give me the Bears.
So you're saying the Bears are gonna lose? Thanks, man. But at least you're siding with
me.
But
I'm picking them. So.
I appreciate that. KC at the Giants. Who threw this game in?
That was me.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
I, gentlemen, last week told you about this game. I said that this was going to be an upset, and I still believe that. Give me the Giants.
Okay. All right, Ricky, you're the one who's been super anti KC. Do you agree with them?
So, of course, I get a chance to. I get to listen to Stephen A. and I get to listen to some of the NFL guys that he'll bring on, and they're just all drooling still that Kansas City still can come back from this. And they do have a ton of injuries right now that do need to come back. What they didn't really say was that even with these guys, their offense was not very good last year. Their defense is the ones who really held them together last year. It's not going to be a shootout, but Jacob convinced me. Give me the Giants.
Okay, all right, Tyler. Tyler, who you got?
So I picked one of these teams to make the playoffs. The other team didn't make the playoffs. And right now the Giants feel like the better team, so give me Kansas City. I hate to do it.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
I hate to do it, but
You actually picked both of them to go to the playoffs, by the way, Tyler.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
I'm the
yeah, I
only one
did.
that said
Yeah, I
Kansas City's
did.
not going to playoffs.
Yeah, I think
It was
you did.
Philly. That's what it was. Okay.
Give me Kansas City on this one. All right. I want the world to know. I almost also picked this game to shout out, and it's for the exact same reason Tyler picked it. Because when he came in the studio and I asked him, "Did you pick this game for this reason?" He said yes. I'm like, I almost did the same thing. I had it typed out, ready to go. Tyler, Atlanta and Carolina. Why is this game on the docket?
Because absolutely nobody cared about this game.
Shout
Hold
out,
on now.
shout out to Steve, man.
No, nobody cares about the Falcons and Panthers. So, for that reason, give me Carolina.
You know what? Give me Carolina, man. I'm gonna send out a prayer here that they're gonna figure it out this weekend. Who cares? Give me the Panthers.
I still have the Falcons winning this division, so give me the Falcons.
Okay.
I also have the Falcons win this division. Give me the Falcons.
Okay. Yeah, no, whenever we were gearing up for the return of the show and I was asking a lot of different people their opinions on the show and stuff, I talked to Steve. You guys know Steve, of course. And one thing Steve said about the picks was trim it down because the exact example he used. Nobody cares about Atlanta and Carolina except people over there that are fans. So when I saw this matchup, I almost picked it for the same damn reason. Anyway, NFL game of the week. We all picked different games this week, so I just spun the wheel off stream. This week we got Detroit and Baltimore. Detroit obviously just put up a 50-burger on the Bears this past weekend, and Baltimore is still being the Ravens right now, kind of doing their thing. Ricky, let's start with you. Who you got for the NFL game of the week?
All right, so your mic was cutting out there for a little bit. Did you say Detroit and Baltimore?
Yeah, Detroit, Baltimore.
Okay, yeah. Detroit and Baltimore, they both looked outstanding this past weekend. I really wish if this were at Detroit, I probably would pick Detroit, but with it being at Baltimore, I'm gonna go Baltimore.
Okay, Jacob.
Did they both look outstanding? I mean, the Ravens played the Browns and the Lions played the Bears, so it's not really a true testament to either team and how good these teams are. But the Lions look like they're back, so let's go with the Lions. Kitty goes meow.
Give me the Lions, Tyler.
Well, Jacob, by your standing, it really doesn't make sense because you say they played bad teams, but they lost to the good teams. But if the Ravens would have scored 50 like the Lions did, they would be 2-0. For that reason, give me Detroit.
Okay.
Because they have proven they can score 50. Ravens can't.
That's facts, though. That's facts. All right, we made it through our picks. Does anyone want to take a guess on how long it took?
123.
Be quiet. 27 minutes. 27 minutes of picks. All right.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I thought you meant. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
27 not too shabby.
Yeah, yeah. All right, clean up. We messed up anything today? Can anyone think of anything that they said wrong or did wrong or
The FCS game of the week was not 2-3-0 teams. They're both 2-1.
Okay. Yeah, well, it happens. Do better. Tyler, you got a list?
I do not have a list, but
Do better. That's what you did wrong this week.
It is on me. I said go Rutgers. I need to go take a shower now.
I
This is
definitely need to
embarrassing.
take a shower. I feel you that. I still got my work stank on me.
Lord.
Boys, I've been smelling me the whole damn show. It's brutal over here, man. It's hot outside. Let me tell you. Lord have mercy. All right, any shout outs then? Anything you guys want to get off your chest? Shout out to Scream from the Rooftops. Any follow ups to any topics you want to get off your chest? Nothing? Nothing this week?
I have a bone to pick with ESPN and Splash, mainly Splash.
Splash is something.
Yeah,
I got a lot of bones to pick with Splash.
they are very against Mercyhurst, and it is driving me up a wall. I don't know who you have to play to get on that app, but dude, the first time you see Mercyhurst, I don't care what the game is, just
Put it on there.
put it on there.
Yeah.
I got to bring my Lakers in here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear a hat. I'm gonna hit up my cousin, and be like, "Yo, next day delivery, yo."
Yeah. I'm surprised that you're not shouting out a certain place. You have the perfect shout out that you could shout out, and you're not shouting them out. You missed opportunity right now.
It is a missed opportunity.
All right. Well, you're not. All
Ooh,
right. He
here's
lost
a
it.
shout out.
He
Go
lost it.
Dickers.
No, he lost it.
Here's a shout out for all you betting people out there. Spread right now for Clemson Syracuse is minus 17.5 for Clemson. Take Syracuse.
I would take the plus. Keep it within 17.5.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Ricky, you got any shout outs?
Absolutely. My Vanderbilt Commodores are in the top 25 for the first time in forever. Shout out to my Commodores. They're about to go 4-0 this weekend when they get to beat Georgia State.
All right. Love it. Love it. All right. Last question then. What's for dinner? Jacob, start with you. What's for dinner tonight or this week? Any special dinner plans?
Steak. At
Ooh.
some point, steak.
Good pick. Good pick. Good pick. Ricky, what about you?
My wife is making some kind of soup. I don't know what it's like, chicken and some other stuff.
Love
I don't know what
love
it
a good
is.
soup. I'm a big soup household over here.
It smells good, guys. Oh my gosh, it smells good.
I'm a big soup household over here. Tyler?
I already ate, but hopefully I can take a trip to Titusville, Florida,
There's a shout out.
and gotta wait on it, and go to the Honeysuckle Restaurant and Catering.
Yep.
And go represent my name. Okay, because I'm representing Honeysuckle White right now by getting the ground turkey. Dude, I just want to represent the restaurant.
Yeah.
It is fancy. They got deviled eggs, dog.
Yeah, I know.
It's like they know Tyler Honeysuckle is a man,
Yeah.
and he is in
Oh, God.
Arkansas. And
Oh, my
dude, I'm
gosh.
scrolling TikTok because I was killing time. I'm scrolling TikTok and I see it. I'm like, dude, Honeysuckle. I love seeing Honeysuckle everywhere.
He does. He's obsessed with it.
Dude, every time I see Honeysuckle, boom, take a picture. Well, I
He's
couldn't
obsessed with it.
dude, it is elite. I'm gonna lie, some of the stuff stank. To be honest with you, like the smell of some of the scents, it be stinking. I ain't gonna lie. But dog, that food better be on point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to take a trip. That's a 15-hour drive though.
Yeah. Like I said, if I've got time, I will go over there and possibly try it for you and let you know. But I will not bring you home deviled eggs. But also shout out to this restaurant because he commented on a video and they commented back and they DM'd Tyler and they're actually mailing Tyler some Honeysuckle restaurant merch.
That's what I'm talking about.
Legitimately. He is getting a hat and a shirt, I think, from this Honeysuckle restaurant in Titusville, Florida.
So when it comes in, y'all see it.
Yeah, shout out. For me, I got hamburger helper tonight. Goat.
What kind?
I don't know. That she picked.
I
So,
don't-
I don't know.
Hopefully it's not.
It was just something
Italian
she
shells.
just wanted to do something easy tonight. I pitched hamburger helper. So I'm gonna go in, shower, eat, and I'm gonna go play No, I'm Not a Human. Well, I'm very excited to play it.
Anything but Italian shells.
But we are gonna have fish and rice again this week because that's a goated meal for us. Debating going down to Hot Springs Friday night. Maybe get Diablos or maybe get Grateful Head, which is my favorite pizza place in the area. Who knows? Who knows what the future's gonna hold? It's gonna be a good week.
If you're ever in Gulf Shores, Papa Rocco's is pretty solid pizza.
All right, boys. Music's hit. So let's get out of here. Let's have a good week.
Go
Have a good week. Have a good week. Have a good week, everyone. Have a good week. We love it. If you made it all the way to the end, we appreciate the hell out of you. Make sure to check out the Patreon if you want to support us further. Join the Discord. You can come chat with us, be a friend, tell a friend. Join the Discord. You can see the real top 25. Forget the AP nonsense. Come see the real top 25. Shout out to Ole Miss. Go Ole Miss, baby. Here we go. And then also make sure to check out some Rogue Energy and some Sparky3shop.com and pick up some merch. We'd appreciate the extra support. Till next time.
We love